And I'm looking at this England team in this Test match and thinking, why have you played so many shots to a world-class bowler like Mitchell Starc? He's got 10 wickets and, yeah, he's bowled some good balls, but there's been a lot of mistakes. And if this England side, and many have said it over the course of the last couple of years, to win in Australia, you can't play one way. You can't win down under by just playing one expansive game, and that's a really ultra-risky game. It's never been done before for a reason. So the England side have got to learn, and they've got to learn very quickly, that they've got to go up and down in the gears. It's impossible to play the big drive all the time, particularly at the start of an innings. And that's why they're in this position, with Australia requiring 51.
Nicely timed. Very nicely timed. Between a couple of fielders, work to be done. And they settle on a couple of Michael. The question that World Cricket wants to know is, will they make those adjustments?
Well, I've seen them play against India. They chased down 370 at Headingley in the second innings. It took a genius innings by Ben Duckett. He played beautifully, but it was an innings where England knocked the ball into the gap. They didn't try and challenge the boundaries all the time. I've watched them here, and it's almost as if England have had one school of thought, and that's 4 or 6. The big acreage here in Australia allows you to knock the ball into the gaps, particularly when Steve Smith was spreading the field.
Labuschagne just flat bats it down the ground.
And if England are going to continue just to play the expansive game, there'll be great entertainment. Let's be honest, for 2 days we've been royally entertained, but they're not going to win.
I'd probably like to be entertained a bit longer than 2 days.
I would like at least 4. And to bat only 67 overs in a Test match, it's not good enough. They'll know they're going to be challenged, the likes of Zach Crawley at the top of the order. Zach Crawley got out in both innings the way that I would expect Zach Crawley to get out. Front foot, just pushing his hands at the ball. We know how he gets out. And there's a reason why he averages just over 30 in Test match cricket with 500s in 60-odd games, because he plays the same way pretty much every day.
Well, when it's your day, it's your day. From the top edge, pull full safe.
No, you're in the right, don't you? To have a little bit of fortune, but I just worry now with this team that we've been to Australia many times, and I generally feel this England side, when you look down at it from 1 to 11 with the depth in the squad, they've got enough tools here to be really competitive. But you can't be competitive without brains. You can't just play one way, and they've just tried to play this one way, and today they've come unstuck. They came unstuck yesterday.
Slightly slow and just tugged around the corner. Patrick Cummins sounded more confident than he was expecting that he could potentially play in Brisbane. Whether a win here affects that in any way, shape or form, it's hard to know.
Well, and also you look at what England have had this week. You know, they've had no Cummins, no Hazelwood. The conditions haven't been boiling hot. Usually in Perth it's roasting, it's not been boiling hot.
An injured opener or an injured spinner.
Yep.
Yeah, they've had a pitch that suits the attack that they've picked, so they got their team right. They made the right call at the toss, but they lost 5 for 12 in the first innings and 9 wickets in the second session on day 2.
Oh,
They can't be sending Nathan Lyon out. This is a man that's caught one above the hip. He could hardly walk.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't putting his hand up. So, yeah, I'll put me in as night watchman.
That has to go under the definition of just completely unfair. Head shaped to almost scoop, and then adjusted the stroke and just whipped it backward of square. The margin continues to drop. Just 45 required, 1 for 160.
Yeah, what I will say about this England side, they have had a habit of bouncing back.
Yes.
You know, they do have a great spirit within the group, and they believe in what they're about. But this is the ultimate challenge, to keep believing as a group and to keep kind of going forward in Australia. Well, you look like you're going 1-0 down, and as McCullum, he'll be great with the team. You know, he's got an incredible relationship with all the players, but if they're not sitting down as a group and kind of identifying the way that they've batted, it's not the bowling's not been bad at all this week. It was exceptional. It's the best I've seen from an England attack yesterday, particularly here in Australia. But if they're not sitting down as a batting unit and going through all the mistakes that they've made this week, they're going to get absolutely hammered. They have to learn from the mistakes that they've made this week.